this is. Since moving to Houston, I've really struggled to grasp how my hair interacts with humidity. So if it seems like I'm having hair problems in all of my videos, that's because I am. It's time to decorate for Christmas. I am super behind. Hey guys, it's Cara and welcome back to Never Skip Brunch. I'm showing you how I styled my living room built-ins and also the step-by-step for a DIY holiday decor project. So for today's video, I'm going to start out by showing you how I styled my shelves for the holidays. I think this process is going to be really helpful because shelves are tricky, and no matter how many tips I give you about how to style your shelves like a pro, it's easier to show you the trial and error process of moving things around. So I think that's going to be super helpful if you struggle to style shelves. And then in the second half of this video, I'm going to be showing you how I DIY'd some of my holiday decor. I made some letters and DIY'd a sign to say merry and bright. So if you want to learn how to make that, stay tuned and I'll give you the step-by-step. Okay, let's get to styling these shelves and I will walk you through the play-by-play of what I'm doing. So I usually start out styling my shelves by placing the biggest items first. These built-ins were a little bit different because they're really done up for the holidays. So I just started by placing my DIY pom-pom letters. After getting those into place, I set up my bright sign and then started filling it in with trees. Basically, you have to put them up on the shelves and then kind of step back to see how things are looking and what you need to move around to achieve visual balance. So it took me a lot of rearranging to get these right. So with the trees, you can see that they work because there's a lot of variety. There's some neutral ones that are glass and a lot smoother, and then the brush trees add like a colorful, different texture touch. But moving them around to kind of create balance took a little bit of work. And then I also added in some fairy lights. So some of the strategies that I'm using to style these shelves, number one is groups of three. Things in groups of three are a little bit more pleasing to the eye because it kind of creates a visual triangle that helps guide your eye around different areas. So where possible, I tried to put three items together, or at least create 3 points of interest so your eye is kind of being guided around. The second thing I'm looking to create balance with is visual weight. So this means if you have something really tall, you probably shouldn't put something of equal height right next door. Find something smaller to kind of balance it out, and this also works with things that are visually heavy versus visually light. You want to try to create variety and balance around the shelves. Okay, so these are the finished style shelves. I kind of went for a fun and playful vibe this year with a lot of colors, even including some colors like pink that aren't traditional Christmas colors, but I really love the way these shelves turned out. So now let me show you how I made these letters. They are super simple. So I just grabbed some large paper mache letters from the craft store. I grabbed a mixed bag of pom-poms that included all the colors I wanted to incorporate. Then I used an even number of each color for each letter so they'd be spaced about the same. I played around with arranging them to see how I liked the layout best, and then I just glued them down with a dab of glue from my glue gun. Next, I painted the sides of the letters red. I don't like using a ton of red in my Christmas decor because it's very eye-catching and very distracting, but by putting the red on the side of the letter, you still get a little pop of it as you walk by. It ties it into the rest of my decor and it doesn't look too overpowering. Once those were done getting painted, I let them dry and moved on to my bright sign. So for the lettering on this, I actually cut it out using my scroll saw. If you want to see a more in-depth video for how to do that, you can hop over to the tutorial for my Get Cozy sign, because I show you exactly how to create a template, attach it to your wood, and then cut the letters out. So I cut out the letters, I gave them a coat of acrylic paint, and let them dry. Then I used just a plywood board that I covered in fabric. I'm applying a mix of tacky glue and warm water to kind of water it down across the whole front. This is gonna help me smooth out any bubbles in the fabric and also make sure that when I attach the letters, they're fully attached to the board and they don't tug on the fabric on the front. So after I had my fabric glued down, I just secured it to the back with some staples, sort of like upholstery but without the foam, just carefully folding around the corners and putting staples all the way around. Once my fabric-covered board was dry, I just attached my wood letters using wood glue, as well as a couple dots of crazy glue fast-dry wood glue to help it bond super fast. I applied a thin line of wood glue across the back and then filled in the empty areas with dots of the fast dry wood glue. Then I attached it to my board by just pressing down firmly and leaving it flat until it was fully dry. I set it aside to dry and then I styled it on the shelves. Let's talk about why these letters work together. There's a lot of contrast going on, and that's kind of what makes them a good pair, but it also gives them kind of an eclectic, collected vibe. So the Mary letters are super big and then type font, while Bright is a little bit smaller and a script font, so there's a lot of good contrast there. On the Mary letters, we have some polka dot pom-poms, and on the Bright sign, we have like a different lacy pattern. There's a fun mixed pattern element going on, but there's also some things that stay consistent that help tie them in and help them look like a set. So the first thing is that the green pom-poms on Mary coordinate with the script color for Bright. So that kind of ties the two together. And then also the white in the lace background kind of ties in with the white pom-pom on Mary. So while they seem to have totally different vibes on their own, together there's a lot of contrast and a lot of similarities going on that ties them in and makes them look really, really good sitting next to each other on a shelf. I hope you guys liked this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, hit that red subscribe button down below so you can stay in the loop for all my fun and fresh ideas and catch more videos just like this.